And I want to go to a quote from Thomas Jefferson that I read in the last hour, and I want to get your take on this quote, if we can put that up on screen. I believe that banking institutions are more dangerous to our liberties than standing armies. If the American people ever allow private banks to control the issuance of their currency, first by inflation, then by deflation, the banks and the corporations that will grow up around the banks will deprive the people of all property until their children wake up homeless on the continent their fathers conquered. The issuing power should be taken from the banks and restored to the people to whom it properly belongs. Thomas Jefferson. So this is the same old fight we were always fighting. You look at how these same interests take over third world countries. It's the exact same playbook. What you're talking about is public information, and the bankers now have a problem because more and more people are looking past the puppet Republican and Democrats that are bought and paid for and actually identifying the banking cartel, and the system is scared.
Well, actually, the original system of the United States, which is the Constitution, the preamble of the U.S. Constitution, contains this conception. Under our system of law, the banking system of the United States is a credit system. It is not a monetary system. Now, Wall Street represents, and what its likeness represents, the enemy. What has happened in 1999, you had, with this influence and Federal Reserve System, we destroyed the separation of British-controlled banks, which is the Wall Street gang, and eliminated the actual banks of our banking system. If we return to our banking system, we would immediately wipe out Wall Street, because Wall Street's debt is worthless. London's debt is worthless. But immediately under our Constitution, with the Glass-Steagall Act, we would restore our control of our banks, the banks that operated under our laws, not Wall Street and London laws.
Lyndon LaRouche is our guest, needs no introduction. LaRouchePack.com. I'm Alex Jones with Infowars.com. We're going to break. When we come back, I want to look closer at this government shutdown and give my take on it briefly and then see if Lyndon LaRouche concurs. But it's really very simple. You can debate the unions and corruption. You can debate welfare and people being dependent. But if you look at the real so-called debts, that is a very small part of it. So that's being scapegoated as the solution, which really just becomes austerity. The taxes go up, the bankers get more, the Bernie Madoff, Ken Lay types run away to Lord Rothschild, making trillions of dollars when they're the problem. We'll be right back.
Gold isn't for you? Ted Anderson, president of Midas Resources, one of the world's premier gold and precious metal investing firms. I get it. You wouldn't buy gold if you believed that the government is doing a great job, that the Fed will stop handing out trillions of dollars like bailout candy, that Social Security would be there for you. That's not what's happening. You might even pass on gold if the stimulus package wouldn't fuel inflation, or that the dollar wouldn't lose value, or that your retirement would be secure. If all looks rosy to you, then now is not the time to buy gold. For the realist, there have never been more sobering reasons to diversify with gold. Since 2001, the U.S. dollar index has tanked 30% while gold has risen 300%. Right now, savvy investors are adding gold to their portfolios. You should too. Find out what they know. Call us and I'll send you 10 reasons why gold will do very well, free. 800-686-2237. 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Hi, this is Alex Jones. The real U.S. unemployment rate is now 22% and not 9% like what we are told by the mainstream media. The primary instinct of unemployed Americans is to go to college and seek a higher education. But all across America, students are graduating with hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt and no jobs. Most college graduates are now admitting that they would have been better off getting a job at Walmart or McDonald's than having their lives destroyed by student loans. Our friends at the National Inflation Association are getting ready to release College Conspiracy, the world's most comprehensive documentary ever produced about America's college education system. To be among the first to see College Conspiracy, sign up for the free NIA newsletter today at www.inflation.us. NIA believes that college education is the largest scam in American history. College Conspiracy will expose the facts and truth about the education system here in the U.S. Sign up for free today at inflation.us to be among the first to see College Conspiracy.
If you suffer from poor sleep, you need MyPillow. Guaranteed to be the most comfortable pillow you will ever own. Using a patented fill, MyPillow adjusts to your exact individual needs by gently supporting your head, shoulders, and neck. MyPillow has a natural built-in cooling effect, keeping your cervical nerves cool, giving you the best sleep of your life. MyPillow will never go flat and relieves snoring, migraines, sleep apnea, fibromyalgia, and many other disorders. It's antimicrobial, non-allergenic, dust mite resistant, and best of all, machine washable and dryable. MyPillow is made in the USA, has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau, comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee and an industry-leading 10-year warranty. Order today at MyPillow.com or call 952-442-6199. That's 952-442-6199. Mention coupon code GCN and receive 20% off your order. What do you have to lose except poor sleep? MyPillow.com, the most comfortable pillow you will ever own, guaranteed.
Daddy, I'm hungry.
That little girl will get fed, for now. But what if people like Glenn Beck are right about the threats we face? If the U.S. dollar loses its status as the global reserve currency, prices on the things you need most will skyrocket. Food may be unaffordable, or worse, unavailable. Earthquakes, economic turmoil, continuing unemployment, rampant inflation, and even threats of terrorism are all reasons to let the experts at Ready Reserve Foods help you with a long-term food storage plan. Ready Reserve Foods has been a premier supplier of long-term storage foods for 37 years. Their unique process assures the highest quality long-term food storage available worldwide. Their products have a shelf life of 25 years, and a year's supply of quality food for 2 people only takes up about as much space as a refrigerator for a fraction of what you now pay at the grocery store. You owe it to your family to find out more from Ready Reserve Foods. Call today for their free full-color catalog at 1-800-453-2202. That's 1-800-453-2202.
Lyndon LaRouche, the head of LaRouchePack.com, is our guest, joining us via video Skype from his studios. All right, Lyndon, this is a short segment, long segment coming up, but the corporate media, now publicly, admittedly funded by the Federal Reserve with our tax money under the table, almost all these newspapers, mainline TV, it's now coming out, are financed under the table. They're complete operatives. They create this fake left-right paradigm to have us fighting with each other. And then they scapegoat capitalism and free market as this British system that you've described that turns us into debt slaves. And they're scapegoating the unions and people, but then ignoring the banksters. How many trillions? Because some economists, the Washington Post says 650 trillion. Others say over 1,000 trillion. Some as high as 1,500 trillion of made-up derivatives that they've gotten our governments to sign on to. And now they're convincing us that it's welfare mom's fault. And they're holding everybody hostage with their pensions, saying too big to fail, give us whatever we want, or we'll destroy the world markets as they destroy the world markets.
Well, imagine a few people are playing the game of Monopoly, the board game of Monopoly, and they're playing into infinity with debt. They're printing this paper money of a Monopoly game. But then, when they close down their operation and go home to get drunk, what they do is they take all the play money, which they've created, and put it in terms of U.S. dollars and call it your debt. That's the short answer.
And they admit they're doing that. I saw a report a few months ago with the central bank head in Ireland, and he said, it's great to have foreign banks run Ireland. Sure, we don't owe this, but it's good to be controlled by these people. I mean, they're just throwing it in our face now.
Yeah, sure, of course. Of course. But with the crash, we're at a point which is a breakdown point. We're on the verge of 2 breakdown points. One, the international, at least the transatlantic side of the international financial, monetary, economic system is about to crash. Now, not some distant time, not in the future. It is already crashing. When the U.S. government is being shut down by a bunch of clowns in the Congress who are going to be the scapegoats for this, But who's really shutting it down is the Wall Street gang. They shut down our government. How are we as a nation going to function with all the dependencies on government functions if we shut down the government? You're setting up the government for dictatorship. At the same time that our whole system is now going bankrupt unless we put through Glass-Steagall immediately. But to get Glass-Steagall immediately through, you must get rid of this president. This president is expendable under the 25th Amendment, Section 4. He's insane, but he's a British agent. He is not going to let any necessary legislation get through. He's going to use his sabotage capability as president to prevent that. We're on the edge of the crisis right now.
Well, sir, you know in 2002, when Stiglitz left the World Bank, thousands of pages of documents got leaked to Greg Palast at BBC. And in that was the internal reports where the IMF and World Bank do this in third world countries. They go in, get them in false debt, implode the economy, then shut down the government through their agents to further destroy confidence. And then they come in with a program of austerity posing as the saviors.
And that's the way the bad banking system works. You create fake values. You put the fake values in a bad bank. Then you collapse the bad bank system and get rid of the debt. Therefore, the survivor who does that is supposed to survive. The trick here is the British are crazy, and some people in Britain are getting wise to this, that by you try to shut down the world for the sake of the British Empire, you're going to destroy the British Empire too. So the British are going to have to learn to do it our way, not their way, for a change.
Well, that's what the founding of this country was all about, for those that have read the ad nauseum quotes of the founders. And if you look at what's happening, when we come back, I want to briefly get into Libya, the Middle East. The Saudis have now run to the Russians and Chinese. That's in the Associated Press, saying the West is double-crossing us. Gates is meeting with the king of Saudi Arabia. And the inside baseball is the globalists are implementing all these overthrows, backing up the rebels, and they plan to even bring down Saudi Arabia and other allies. Then they'll put radical Muslims in and then have another war with them. We'll see if you concur with that or your expanded analysis. Lyndon LaRouche is our guest. Long 18-minute segment coming up and another 5 minutes of a very interesting time with Lyndon LaRouche. We'll also get into his view on the increased tectonic, volcanic, seismic activity. Stay with us.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used pure soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Cal-Ben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support InfoWars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com.
Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
Over the last year, Alex has told you about, and many of you have experienced, emergencies and disasters in unprecedented numbers. People have had to literally run for their lives. Folks, this is Steve Shank with eFoods Direct. I'm not here to scare you, but when disaster strikes, you won't have time to think. You must act automatically. What does a pilot do when the helicopter engine fails in flight? No time to think, just act automatically. When the alert